Hello there. Okay, I need to somehow sort out my thoughts. Yesterday, um, I realized that, oh God, this sounds crazy. And I always believed in the past that, whoever would be the reincarnation of Christ would not have to announce that because that's kind of a thing that to say is kind of weird. You don't have to actually state that out loud. But I got goosebumps all over my body, and it now makes a lot more sense why so many things are actually killing me. The Bible story, etc. I can really sense that my energy is not really that great, and I'm having a hard time remember things. I just had a meeting with my legal guardian, and she brought this other dude with her, and I had a bad feeling about that to begin with, but I didn't say anything because my intuition has been kind of eroded a little bit. But we talked about options, like what it is that I want her to do for the future, and whether I want her to have or give any information to my mother. I said no. I explained to her my situation about my energy loss and all that kind of stuff. And she said to me, well, how can you get your pieces back? And I was just like, I don't know. She suggested writing a letter to my soul, which I can do, but I don't know if that will help. She's gonna put through a rush for me so I can get out of that apartment and live somewhere else, which I also don't really want. Probably part of my energy is there now, is home. I told her about my contemplation of assisted death. And she's like, yeah, if that is your will, then that can be done. I don't know, I always find it really weird because, and then she said something like, oh, have you heard of young and old souls? And I was just like, oh God. Yes, I have. But I told her about my problems with my parents and them like breaking and entering my energy field. And she said, oh, you're not crazy. I don't believe that you're crazy. And I don't know, I always find that when people believe me, then they will take a part of me away. And this other guy said something like, oh yeah, the world here would miss you, or something like that. This world without you. And then I was just thinking like, yeah, fuck. If my pieces are in everybody else, then the world wouldn't really be without me now, would it? And then I just had a meeting with one of the carers here, and they really know how to dismantle me, I feel like. She was basically telling me that what are the reasons why I don't feel safe here, if it's something that they are doing or something like that. And I was just like, oh God. She's like, we can't look inside your head. You have to tell us what you're thinking. And I was just like, oh great, now they can look into my head soon. And I told her that I've been trusting a lot of people and that it has backfired, and that and I am vorsichtig. Vorsicht means to be careful, but it also means to pre-see that. So maybe that is being ripped out of me right now, because I just felt a tiny little bit of fear inside of me that it was not safe to talk to her, and that was always my indicator as to, in terms of guidance from my soul, as to which direction to move. And now that that's coming up, that's probably going to. But how clever to orchestrate the destruction of the true Christ in such a cunning manner with the Bible and stuff. Die for our sins. Anyways, my energy is really not very high right now. I'm kind of tired, and there's a lot of gaslighting, and I don't see it that clearly anymore, which is really not good. But that means that they've eroded a lot of myself. Oh, it's lunchtime. My parents are eating. That's probably why I feel this pain in my heart again. Always comes around lunchtime when they're eating. And for some reason, my friend Don, I'm not going to say his name, a friend that I know from rehabilitation, just I don't know, I haven't heard from him in like months. And I talked to him a couple of days ago, and now all of a sudden he seems to be really interested in holding up contact again, and I'm just so suspicious at this point. Because I should have felt the whole time when things were not safe, and I didn't. And the reason for that being is so that I'm just exposed to people and things, so that my energy can be harvested and continue to live in other people. I'm exhausted, and now I have to go in half an hour. I have to go to art therapy, and that's not going to be good. I tried to explain to the care person that in order for me to get better, I need to be able to integrate the feelings rather than them just dissipating. And she's like, yeah, it's a long way, and it's blah blah blah. And my legal guardian said too, yeah, it's only been 2 years. And I'm like, yeah, It's only been 2 years, but it's continuously getting worse, and I can sense that. I know that. And no matter who I share myself with, I literally share myself with them. So it's not even really safe to talk to anyone. And I don't know if I should speak out about people that have kind of manipulated me into giving them my energy. If I should confront them with it, because I'm scared that that's going to backlash. Oh God, I'm exhausted. But if it is true that I am the reincarnation of Christ, and again, I'm getting goosebumps, or Mary Magdalene, this is the same soul kind of idea, then I do have a counterpart somewhere, and I haven't met that person yet. Because the guy who I thought was my twin flame, he at some point was told or remembered that he was there when Christ was killed or crucified, and he didn't realize that that was not the truth, so he was not really, I don't think that he was my counterpart per se. Stupidly enough, I contacted him a few days ago, but I don't think he's going to respond anyways. But oh God, another thing that the Kara said, if you find therapy too exhausting or too strenuous and you lose too much energy through it, you can just tell me. And here I am now, sitting tired. I don't know who to ask for help anymore, because I'm scared that more of my stuff is going to get taken. Anyways, it's my mom's birthday today. Happy birthday, Mom. She tried to tell me yesterday that I've always had free reign over my decisions. And that I didn't really have anyone else to blame. That's not true. When I went back to Germany, I felt this pull, something that was pulling me back. Oh God, and now energy is coming into my heart and it's going to leave me. Oh no. Always lunchtime. Fuck. My mother and my father is gotta be some of the cruelest people that I've ever met. And here I'm drinking coffee, and I know that coffee helps release something. It's the first thing my mom did when I showed up there last weekend. do you want a cup of coffee and a cookie? And I was just like, I can assure you that we only want the best for you here. All the carers, we just want the best for you, because do you think that people go and work in the social field if they don't want the best for people? Note to self, that was shit, that was bullshit. I have one friend that I could contact, but I contacted him the last time I was in the psych ward. And I'm kind of wary of contacting anyone at this point. Anyways, enough said, my dear diary.